Hey guys, shout out to my friend Karen who asked me to do a carrot cake video. I'm surprised it took me this long to make one, but let's make it. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is grate 2 large carrots. We're going to do this before we make our batter, that way we can just throw it in there at the end. And now, when that's done, you can get started on your batter. I'm going to take a medium-sized bowl and a sift, and I'm going to put in my all-purpose flour. I'm sifting this because I'm trying to avoid unwanted clumps, and this will make your batter a lot smoother. I'm going to add granulated sugar, some light brown sugar, baking powder, not baking soda. Then I'm going to add some cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and I'm also putting in some ground ginger. The ginger is going to add a nice spice to the cake. Then I'm also going to add some salt, and I'm also adding melted butter, which is my choice of fat, because I feel that the moisture from the molasses in the brown sugar and the water from the carrots is going to be enough to keep this cake nice and moist. I also added 2 beaten eggs, and if you don't want to use eggs, just replace it with half a cup of applesauce. It'll come out just as good. That's all the ingredients you need, so now it's time to mix this up. With a large whisk, I'm whisking all of my ingredients together until I get a nice smooth batter, and this is looking better as I go. When I first started mixing this, I actually thought I added too much flour and it was going to come out kind of dry and I was going to have to add more liquid, but thankfully that wasn't a problem. Now, besides the grated carrots, your batter should look like this. It should have no clumps of flour in it. This is looking great, so now it's time to put it in the baking pan. I'm pouring my batter into an 8 by 8 inch square baking pan that's been greased and lined with parchment, and once you get all of your batter in there, just go ahead and smooth out the top, and this is going to go into a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 30 to 35 minutes, or until the toothpick insert comes out clean, or a knife, whichever one you rather use. And while that's in the oven, we can make our cream cheese icing. I'm going to actually use my stand mixer for this, but if you'd rather use an electric mixer, go for it. In my bowl, I'm going to put in 8 ounces of cream cheese that's been softened. Make sure it's completely softened and at room temperature. I added some vanilla, some salt, and I turned this on medium speed until my cream cheese was basically completely pulverized and had the consistency of pudding. Now it's time to start adding our powdered sugar. If we added the powdered sugar at the beginning, it would have been a complete mess, so it's better if you add it after you mix the other ingredients together. I'm turning my mixer on a lower speed. It's better to let this go low and slow. And after letting this mix for a couple of minutes, you'll see that we're starting to get a very smooth, beautiful looking icing here. And this looks pretty much done. I'm going to give it a quick taste just to make sure it doesn't need anything else, and you should do the same thing. Also, you get to have a little bit of icing, so it's a good excuse to try it. You could always add other ingredients to jazz up your icing, like almond extract or a little bit of cinnamon or nutmeg, but I just decided to go with plain cream cheese icing. This is tasting wonderful, probably one of the best cream cheese icings I ever had, better than anything you can get from the store. So now it's time to move on. I'm going to smooth this out a little bit, and I'm going to put it in a bowl and keep it in the fridge until it's time to use it. And because I didn't add any butter to the icing, it shouldn't solidify too much in the fridge. It should stay nice and smooth. And with that, our cake is ready to take out of the oven. And the smell of this is fantastic. All I smell is cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little bit of vanilla, and it's just a great, great smell that fills up the house, and it makes it just warm and comforting. Let your cake cool off for 10 minutes, and then you can take it out of the pan and let it cool off for the rest of the way. Be sure to peel off the parchment paper when you're done, and also ignore that little piece of cake that's still in the pan. That was my own fault. I just didn't grease the pan well enough in that one spot, I guess, but it's okay. I pieced it back together, no problem. And it's been about 45 minutes, and the cake is completely cooled now, which means we can put our icing on. I'm going to put it in just a little bit at a time and smooth it out with my offset spatula. And because we used 100% nothing but cream cheese for the base of this icing, this is actually very easy to smooth out. And I ended up using all of the icing that I made. I didn't spare any at all whatsoever. I just wanted to make sure that this cake was completely covered with icing, or at least the top of it. I didn't cover the sides, but it did drip down the sides, which I really liked. And this cake actually ended up looking pretty good. So now it's time to take a slice out of here and try it out. And carrot cake is honestly one of my favorite cakes to make, so that's why I'm surprised it took me so long to make this video. But here we are, time to try it. Doesn't that icing look good? I bet this would be good on cinnamon rolls too, but we'll save that for another video. Now we need to try carrot cake. And yeah, this cake is really, really good. You can literally taste everything here. You can taste the carrots, obviously, but the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the ginger, that cream cheese icing is just so good. A very good vanilla flavor as well. It's moist, it's delicious. I'm glad that I used butter instead of oil because that butter really adds a nice richness to this cake. If you're a big carrot cake fan, I really do recommend this recipe. It's really delicious, and I think you'll be impressed by how easy it was to make. You will definitely not be disappointed by this, so I highly recommend making it. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.